installing a processor. This procedure should only be performed by a trained technician. If there is any old thermal grease on the processor or cold plate, gently clean the top of the processor and the cold plate using an alcohol cleaning pad. If necessary, install the processor retainers onto the processor. Make sure the handle on the carrier is in the closed position. Align the processor on the new carrier so that the triangular marks align, and then insert the marked end of the processor into the carrier. Hold the inserted end of the processor in place, and then push the unmarked end of the carrier down and away from the processor. Press the processor and secure the sides under the clips on the carrier. Use a syringe to apply 4 uniformly spaced dots of thermal grease to the top of the processor. Each dot should contain about 0.1 milliliter of thermal grease. Align the triangular marks on the processor retainers with the triangular slots on the underside of the water loop cold plate, and then attach the processors to the underside of the water loop cold plate by inserting the processor retainer posts and clips into the openings at the 4 corners of the cold plate. Push the anti-tilt wire bales outwards to the unlocked position. Check the gap pads on the water loop. If any of them are damaged or missing, replace them with new ones. Carefully hold the water loop with both hands and turn it over. Carefully position the water loop over the 2 guide pins near the rear of the node, and then gently lower it down until it is seated firmly on the processor board. Push the anti-tilt wire bales inwards to the locked position. There are 8 anti-tilt wire bales per node. Fully fasten all the Torex T30 captive screws on the cold plates, following the installation sequence shown on the cold plate label. Loosen the water loop carrier screws. Carefully lift the water loop carrier up and away from the water loop. Fasten the water loop screws with a torque screwdriver set to the proper torque. Fasten the 4 Torx T10 screws to secure the mixing chambers to the power distribution board cold plate. Fasten the 4 screws to secure the quick connect. Fasten the 2 T10 screws to install the VR cover to the water loop. Install the front and the rear cross braces, and then fasten the Phillips No. 1 screws to secure them. Install the tray cover.